The Albanian adventure continues, my friends. So, after having great 24 hours in Albanian capital Tirana, we took a taxi to the central bus station that is a bit out of the center to take a public bus to our next destination, and that would be the UNESCO World Heritage Site, small but very cute town in the south of Albania called Berat. We took the bus at 4 p.m. and the one-way ticket was very affordable, 800 Albanian lek per person, what would be something around 6.70 euros. The drive took us around 2 hours. The bus was nice and comfy. The only downside of the bus was that outside it was around 30 degrees and in the bus there was no air condition, which is for me actually not a big deal. I usually anyway get cold when the AC is on, but for some people it felt a bit like in sauna. But we managed it. When we arrived in Berat, we, or actually Ugi, was pulling the bag to the hotel, as you can see, while I already couldn't resist to start filming. We came when the sun was already pretty much gone, but I was in a second charmed by the beauty of this cute little town. Maybe I could have helped Ugi with the bag, what do you think? But who would then film all of this? After we passed the bridge from one side of the town to the other, we found our hotel. Yay! This new bridge that we had to pass every time is connecting two parts of Berat. Gorica, which is predominantly an Orthodox quarter, where our hotel was also located, and the other side of the town called Quarter Mangalem, which is predominantly Muslim. The two quarters of the old town are divided by the Osumi River, and both communities here live in harmony and peace. Since we arrived to Berat later in the afternoon, it was just the perfect moment to join the locals on an evening stroll through the main pedestrian street, called Boulevard de Republica. I enjoyed very much this relaxing evening, watching the locals gathering together and chatting. Little and big girls having fun. People sitting in bars and restaurants while eating and drinking. Checking out some shops and art galleries. And just simply breathing the fresh, clean evening air, feeling grateful to be here and appreciate the atmosphere. The view of the town from the street was so dreamy. After some delicious food, beer for Ugi and mandatory cappuccino for me.
Cheers, Ugi! Cheers!
It was time for good night's sleep. Good morning from Berat, my friends. Waking up with the sun is the best thing in the world. We started our exploring day with a hike to the Berat Castle, a fortress overlooking the town, built on a rocky hill on the left bank of the river Osum, situated at an elevation of 214 meters. The view from the up in the hill was just breathtaking. From here, we could see the whole valley with both parts of the town. By the way, did I mention to you that because of the evenly spaced portals cut into the stone facades of the white houses of Berat, the town actually got an unofficial name, the City of 1,000 Windows. On the way to the fortress, we also met one of our new friends, who also got up early as we did, to enjoy the peacefulness of the morning. I couldn't resist not to come to say hi to my new friend, whom I decided to give a name Gobi, like the dog we had when I was a child. My new friend Gobi looked so elegant and graceful. Isn't he just beautiful? Now, while we explore the fortress, I will share with you a bit more about the rich history of Berat. It goes far back to the early 6th century BC. Berat was inhabited by an ancient Illyrian tribe called Tasaratae or Texarioi. The settlement was captured by a Roman military officer named Lucius Apustius, who then killed all of the men in the city after razing its walls. After the Western Roman Empire fell, Berat was invaded multiple times by Slavs and then captured by the First Bulgarian Empire in the 9th century. It exchanged hands several times between the Byzantine Empire and Second Bulgarian Empire from the 11th to 14th century before the Ottomans captured it in 1385. Many of the beautiful houses built during the Ottoman period are still standing today down in the town, on the left bank of the Osum River. And these homes are a big reason why Berat was named a rare example of an architectural character typical of the Ottoman period. These are all the ruins of different mosques and fortifications coming from the Ottoman period. Early waking up and climbing the steep stone road to reach Berat Castle were worth it just to feel the peacefulness of this place and imagine life of its inhabitants, who changed so many times in the past under the different rulers. Within the walls of Berat Castle, we saw the Church of Saint Trinity that is standing here since the 13th and 14th century and is a great example of the big influence the Byzantine Empire left in this area. After around 2 hours of exploring the area, the town started to wake up slowly. Local sellers began to arrive with their handmade products, and Ugi and me started to feel very hungry because of all the walking. So it was time for us to climb down the hill and go back to our hotel to have some delicious and well-deserved breakfast. Tasty breakfast with a splendid view. What more do we need from life, my friends? These simple moments are the ones where I actually feel the happiest and the most at peace with myself. Okay, cheers to Berat! Last place we went to visit in this beautiful ancient town, before taking the bus to continue our Albanian road trip, was the old mosque. In the old town, in the heart of Mangalem quarter, surrounded by traditional Ottoman houses and buildings, the city's historic mosque is located. It dates back from far 16th century, has 2 floors and looks very pretty. During the communist time, this holy place of worship was used as a billiard room. Looks so nice. My dear friends, hope you enjoyed the tour of this stunning little Albanian town of 1,000 windows as much as I did. I loved it very much, the architecture, the long history, the kindness of the people, the nature, the food, the pedestrian area, the mountains surrounding it. Just everything about Berat was perfect. And now, the next exciting destination is already waiting for us. So, on the road again, my friends. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.